Hi guys, Luton here, welcome back for another thought for the day. In today's one, kill the beast. We're talking about vehicles and their role in specifically rush games, their strength and how important it is to prioritize and take those vehicles out quickly. Because one or two things can happen. If you have a strong team in a vehicle, it can either be devastating to you in terms of killing, your defenders and losing your team, but it can also be an unbearable distraction. If you're constantly taking fire from a vehicle, if it's taking people out even on a kind of inconsistent basis, losing one or two players here and there, it's there, it's like a presence, it's a distraction, and that's what starts to happen on this first base. Now it's worth pointing out that over this entire round, when we get to the final base, my team actually slowed down to a halt and we didn't have this same kind of momentum that we carried up here, and it's worth looking at that later. By the way, look at the power there of hitting that tank in the rear, taking him out almost straight away, such power. And I'm running with my LMG setup as usual on this one there, but getting a good combination. Now I'm already starting to take some RPG fire, you can see from the very top nest of that building up there, but I'm just laying down this LMG fire here. This is the only problem with the LMG at this kind of range, is that you don't always get the kills because of the fact that it requires a few rounds at this range to really drop those targets. When you're in these situations where you're laying down a lot of fire into any bases, and specifically these kind of close concentrations of enemy, I find the LMG to be quite effective, because when you have people clustered in sort of 2s and 3s, laying down that steady stream of fire like right there, it really does sort of have a large impact. And the effect of, if you get a hit with the main cannon like that into a building there, you get an element of splash damage sort of from taking building damage or whatever, and then it often doesn't require that many rounds. And when you're operating at the kind of range I was at here, you can just you can't always see your target, so just being able to lay down a kind of wall of fire there really helps you out. But you can see here Xavier up on the hill, and I've got a couple of guys, there he is, they're already quite aware of the fact that I managed to take him out there, but they're already aware of the fact that I'm causing them major damage. Get more RPGs coming in here, I'm taking repairs, but honestly I couldn't move out of the way here because my tank was damaged, so I'm disabled basically. I'm trying to move, but you can see, look, my movement is incredibly impaired. I'm still taking more RPG damage from the top of that building, so I have at least 3 or 4 players trying to take me out right here. Managed to take another guy out, but it's really good to see this. This is great. When I'm in game, I was talking about this, I was like, oh, this is excellent. But look at this, the distraction this is caused. Look at the right-hand side of the map. We got like half or more of my team moving up there, almost unopposed. Okay, one guy goes down there, but they're moving in onto the B objective, and there's so much focus on me. I'm taking hits now from the tank on the bridge there as well. So now I've got a tank and RPGs, they're all coming for me, and this is really what you should want as a tank player in the game. You want this attention, because by having this attention, it means that the rest of your team don't have to deal with it. And at the same time, as defenders, you want to be taking these vehicles out, you want to be putting that fire on them, you want to be focusing them down. If you don't focus them down quickly, that is the kind of confusion that can happen. Thanks for watching today, guys. See you next time for another Thought for the Day.